this maybe is in the weeds, but I know that there's like, do you feel like trans people are sometimes fetishized in like pornography or popular media? And then when you're in the dating world, let's say you're dating guys, do you ever wonder like, is this guy into me as a person, or is he like fetishizing me? Is that a thought that comes to your mind? Is that a problem in the trans world?
Yeah, this is a major issue, I would
Hmm.
say. I think, a lot of men probably first really encountered the concept of a trans woman in porn,
Hmm.
like because it's a very popular category. It comes up, like, and a lot of times that's not the greatest introduction because it does present trans women in a very like fetishized way, right? And that can even like go into like the language that's used. Like I'm going to say bad words now, so Twitter just ignore this part. But like it's like categorized as like tranny porn, she-male porn, right? Which
Yeah.
I think I think like if this is how you go around the world thinking about trans women, she-males, trannies, like it's kind of it's a little bit of a dehumanizing perspective.
Right.
And a lot of trans women will be irritated, well, more than irritated, if they get the sense that you just want to date them out of some experiment of, oh, I'm curious to
Right.
be with a chick with a dick, right? Like that's not, what is a trans woman going to get out of that? She's just giving you an experience? Like, no, because trans women want what everyone else wants. We want to be valued for ourselves. We want to be loved. We want to be, we want to have relationships. We don't just want to be someone's like exotic sex tourism for a night.
The fact that it's so popular in porn sites, what do you think about that? Like, is that good? Is that bad? Like, what does that mean that it's turned into this porn category?
It means a lot of men are liars. it means that well, they're not liars. I shouldn't. That's too judgmental. But I would say there's a lot more men who are attracted to trans women and trans women's bodies than are publicly open about that fact. I would say that we talk about the shame of being trans. There's also shame attached to being attracted to trans people. And a lot of people find themselves attracted to trans people, and then they don't kind of know what to make of that because in their heads, like, oh, like suppose you're a man and think of yourself and you're heterosexual, and but you find yourself attracted to this woman who has a penis. And then for a lot of men, that causes them to have this kind of crisis where they're like, oh God, is this gay? Am I gay? Who am I? What is anything? I guess I encourage people to like relax a little bit. Like the fact of the matter is that like sexuality is very complicated. Most of us are a little more fluid than we like to think. And also I would say that, if you're worried, is it gay? The quote, well, no, it's not gay is the short answer, I would say, because what it means to be a gay man is to be a man who's attracted to men. Because you were attracted to a woman with a penis, does that mean now suddenly you want to have sex with men? Like, no, it doesn't mean that. It means that you were attracted to a woman and that woman had a penis. Like
you're answering the time-old question of the internet here today.
Oh, yes. Well, I have a video on the subject called Are Traps Gay?
Oh, you do? I haven't seen that.
Yes,
Are Traps
I
Gay?
do. And
the answer is no.
The short answer is no. Yeah, the video is an hour long. If you want the long answer,
okay, so very, very short answer.
And I made that video. Yeah, I made that video when I was, dating men. So it was something that was kind of on my mind, and I had these experiences with men.
Did these men who were dating you ever have these kind of conflicts of identity? Like, am I gay? Am I straight? What's going on?
Yes, I definitely have had men. It sends them into this like deep philosophical spiral sometimes. Or I've also had like, I don't know, you have a lot of experiences that are interesting. Like, I don't know, I had like some men will think like, oh, I'm attracted to you, but like I'm not attracted to penises, so I'm not interacting with that at all. And a couple of times I said okay to that because I don't know, I guess I have no self-respect, whatever. But like, I don't know. But then they would kind of get interested as they became interested in me. But people like, there's a kind of complicated thing about sexual attraction where people think that like sexual attraction is to body parts, right? So what it means to be, what it means to be attracted to a woman is, oh, I love vaginas, right? Or something like that. Well, and what it means to be into men is I love dick. Okay, a lot of times that's probably true, but sometimes, sexual attraction is not so like atomistic. It's not so like zoomed in on one little fetishized body part. And like, if you're I think people often are surprised when they first find themselves attracted to a trans person because, you always think like penis man, vagina woman. Well, most people have not really encountered the body of someone who has like breasts, for example, and a penis. And I guess, initially, I guess that this make people uncomfortable because their sort of brain doesn't know how to process this, right? Including the part of their brain that is involved in sexual attraction. Like, well, maybe I'm attracted to parts of this person, but other parts I don't know. And then like, so I think this is where some of like this is where the deep philosophical introspection comes in, right? As people try to understand what it means that they're attracted to something that they didn't think that they would be attracted to.
I wonder what it says about us that it's such a big deal anyway. It's like, okay, this person has a penis, and you find that you're attracted to this person, which includes their penis. Like, why does that have to be like such a ground? Like, why does it keep? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, what's the big fucking
Well,
interest?
it's like when you break it down like that, it's kind of crazy, right? That people like who cares exactly? Like it really doesn't matter, and it shouldn't be such a big deal. I guess the reason it seems to matter to people
Just
is
a
like
lot
people
of
get
history.
and people get very invested in their identity, like
Yeah,
and their
totally.
identity includes like a sexuality. If you go through life thinking that you're a straight man, like to have something that maybe makes you sort of shakes your certainty in that can be, it's not just about like, oh, I was attracted to this person. It's like, who am I? Right. That's why it does that. Yeah.
But I wonder if it also underlies some notion that we as society still be like gay bad or trans bad.
Oh,
and so
for
it's like,
sure.
oh no, there's something bad about me now that I like this person, which includes their penis.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely still stigma on homosexuality. Like, and that's especially true, I think, if you're like a masculine man who is operating in heterosexual spaces. Like there's real stigma to even like being a bisexual man. Like
Right.
I've heard from bi men who I know that like there's women who will just, like a lot of women actually, who will just straight up refuse to date them simply
Right.
because they've been with guys or because they have some attraction to men also. So I think that for a lot of people, there's social pressure and there's sort of an incentive to be more black and white rather than shades of gray, when the reality often is more shades of gray.
Right. So let me